Now to Durham, North Carolina, where Judge James Hill is presiding over a child custody case. For 3 long days, divorced parents Rashawna and Colin Morrison have been going at it, quite personally, in the courtroom.
I'm angry that his dad lives in Durham, can go on vacations with friends, take mistresses out to eat, take her on vacation, and can't seem to see his son.
The child's mother, Rashawna, claims her ex-husband abandoned their 3-year-old son and failed to pay child support. He argues she withheld his son from him and is seeking permanent custody. And the judge? Well, he isn't happy with either of them.
I could care less about it, I could. The two of you are not important.
And he's about to let them know it.
But 2 parents, and I'm going to choose my words very carefully here, 2 parents can come in and act like such idiots. Y'all the one that crawled into bed and had sex and made that baby. He didn't ask to be born. But he was. What's important is and you don't need to see 2 adults acting like idiots. Did I say the word idiots?
He did. 3 times. Afterward, Judge Hill turns his attention towards Rashawna.
I have no doubt that you have withheld that little boy. Don't you be looking at me.
I have not withheld.
You say one more word, you say one more word, you're gonna go to the Durham County bed and breakfast today. You say one more word. All right, Deputy Neville, she's got 24 hours with the fifth and fourth. We'll run her back as soon as we get done. All right, you got 48 hours. You will say it again. She's got 48 hours now, Deputy.
Rashawna eventually quiets down, and finally, after 3 heated days in the courtroom, the judge delivers his decision.
Both parents are fit and proper persons have custody of the minor child. I'm awarded joint custody.
Just say, I can't do this. This is a disgrace. What you guys are doing, you need to let your son for 9 months. You're a drunk, you have a mistress, you have no one who doesn't do anything right. I take care of my baby's business, and I get with it because he used to be in your son's life whenever he feels like it.
As officers try to restrain her, Morrison's brother, Sherrod Smith, comes forward from the back of the courtroom. At first, he tries to help by calming down his sister. But when that doesn't work, and Rashawna throws a bailiff a right hook, Big Brother's caught in the middle. Officers try to restrain him, but he sends one of them flying. Meanwhile, the judge makes a quick exit. As one deputy fights to gain control of Morrison, another puts her brother in handcuffs. And here come even more officers to shut things down. As Morrison and Smith are taken away, a 3rd person is also restrained in the back of the courtroom. Their mother.
You should have videoed this. You should have videoed this.
Smith and his mother are hit with 48 hours in jail for resisting a public officer, while Morrison receives 30 days. Morrison and her husband now have a joint custody agreement. Judge James Hill received a public reprimand by the North Carolina Supreme Court for improperly exercising his contempt powers, failing to maintain order and decorum, and making inappropriate comments.
Okay, is everybody ready to listen to me?
Next, we go to a child custody hearing in Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, we're here on
The plaintiff is Shelby Bachman, and the defendant, Jonathan King. The couple are arguing over visitation rights for their 2-year-old son, Joseph. The issue is King's unpredictable work schedule. The attorneys are Don Procopius, and for the defense, Machancy Kramer.
Because my client is a UPS driver, his schedule, though, is not a set schedule. It varies. So he has to keep her notified of when his schedule is changing so that she's aware of pickup. She has told him now if he's more than half an hour late, he forfeits his entire weekend and can't see the kid.
Has Joseph gone weekends that he would have expected to see his father without seeing his father?
He has not missed one weekend. Not one.
The threat was made.
I
Not
didn't
one.
ask you if the threat was made. I asked if it happened. You led me to believe that it was happening.
No.
My client has worked with him at times that it was till Saturday morning that he picked up.
There is a problem here.
After hearing from both sides, Judge Sandra Pomerantz points to the lack of cooperation between the parents.
What I see here is parties not being creative. But these two need to be adult enough to say, okay, this happened, where do we go from here?
But Your Honor, and I agree with you. And so what she's done is on these times where she's worked with him, but then I think it was within the last 2 weekends.
I thought you said you agreed with me.
I do agree with you.
Okay, so listen to me. You're going to be done with this case when this case is over and these parties are divorced. They'll never be done with this case. Okay? So rather than complaining to me, it's a discussion with Mr. Procopius being creative.
It appears the judge has struck a nerve with the defense.
My client has come up with all kinds of solutions, Your Honor, and it comes down to what Mom wants is what Mom is going to demand.
Okay, I don't buy that.
Well, Your Honor, that's how it is.
What I'm telling you is, have you discussed this issue with Mr. Procopius?
Yes, I have in the hallway.
Okay. And has it been a matter of making demands or saying, what are we going to do?
No, it's a matter of calling my client a
Things begin to get personal, and the judge has a few words for Kramer.
I do have experience with you using inappropriate language.
And you know
toward
that I would
her.
admit it if I had done it. And if I was going to do it, I would have done it to her face.
You know what? You want to be a sailor, fine. Go be a sailor in your private life. But don't be a sailor in my court or in my cases.
I didn't.
Again, I don't judge people with sailor language because I use a little sailor language, but only in my private life, not in my courtroom, not to a litigant, not to an attorney. I don't do that because that's not professional. And ma'am, I warn you, one of these days, the State Bar is going to catch up to that. Because if you read the rules, there is an ethical rule about fairness to opposing counsel.
I know that there are also rules about treating people equally without regard to race, ethnicity, or gender. I find it highly objectionable that anyone complains about my language because I know all kinds of male attorneys who have no problem picking up the phone and screaming cuss words at me. So if I am outside there where my First Amendment rights are in full effect, I will say what I choose to say when I choose to say it, and that is my right in this country.
Are you done?
But after a few minutes of civility, the counselor starts up again.
We have spent, 5-10 minutes talking about nothing that is relevant to this case because I, as a female attorney, am being chastised over language that men feel free to use every single day, and they do.
You are giving me a headache because you're yelling, and I don't like having a
Well, I'm
headache.
being attacked, Your Honor.
No, you're not. Sit down, counsel. I'm done hearing from you.
Unsatisfied with the parties' solutions, the judge orders an evidentiary hearing, which means the parents will submit evidence against each other and the judge will make a ruling. In a child custody case, it can get ugly.
Your lawyers are going to be painting a picture for me in court. And it's not going to be a great picture of either one of you about the other.
Even after the judge makes her decision, the defense tries one last argument.
Your Honor,
I have nothing more to say, and I want to hear from either one of you. I'm going to set the trial.
I understand that.
So sit down.
The couple's evidentiary hearing is postponed multiple times and has yet to be heard. We're at the Meigs County Courthouse in Decatur, Tennessee, for a family court case. 33-year-old Rashad Hawkins was just given jail time for failing to pay child support. But before he can be taken into custody, he dips out of the second-floor courtroom, drops by the reception desk, then makes his way to the exit. Since it looks like there's nowhere to run, this deputy follows in leisurely pursuit. But Hawkins hops over the second-floor balcony railing, quickly lowers himself down, then drops by on an unsuspecting potted plant below. The deputy appears to be weighing his options. But following Hawkins down is not one of them. Amazingly, after the second-story drop, both Hawkins and the potted plant bounce back into place as if nothing happened. Then Hawkins, who miraculously never lets go of the paperwork he's holding, simply disappears. Back above, the deputy and others look around in disbelief, and below, a few people peek out to see what the commotion's all about. For the next 20 days, Hawkins was a wanted man on the run. But his vanishing act came to an end more than 200 miles away when an officer responded to a trespassing complaint from neighbors reporting a man spotted in their backyards. According to the police report, Hawkins again ran to avoid capture, but was eventually arrested following an altercation with an officer. In addition to his outstanding warrant in Tennessee, Hawkins was hit with a long list of new charges, including criminal trespassing, resisting arrest, and third-degree assault on a police officer. Hawkins is being held without bail until his next court hearing.
Watch your mouths. Don't start swearing in here. I'm as serious as a heart attack now. Stop it.
We go to Trenton, Michigan for a hearing. 84-year-old Donald Pittaway has filed a complaint against his 53-year-old son, Ronald Pittaway, to have him evicted from his home. Donald and his older son, 56-year-old Donald Jr., who also lives in the house, claimed that Ronald has not been paying rent and that he has a second home in another part of town. And in an effort to keep Ronald out of the house, Ronald claims Donald and Donald have changed the locks. Today, the three Pittaways appear before Judge Michael McNally to try to reach a resolution.
Who owns this home? You own this home?
Yes.
And you're Donald Pittaway Sr., right?
Yes.
Do you live there?
That's my residence, yes.
You're his son?
Yes.
Well, this isn't very fun.
Exactly.
Why aren't you just moving out of the house?
Sir, my property's there, and I have money invested in that house. And they're trying to take it. He is my brother. I got about $30,000. Who else will do that for their father, sir?
Oh.
Not this deadbeat. He's got my dad broke.
Hang on. Watch your mouths. Now listen, don't start swearing in here. I'm as serious as a heart attack now. Stop it.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lease with him?
A red lease, sir.
I'm talking to your dad. You can't be his representative here. I cannot allow people to engage in the unauthorized practice of law, and that's what you're doing right now. You're not a lawyer, and you can't represent him. Period. What do you mean you put $30,000 into the house?
I got the receipts. I put a whole back patio.
You put in a back patio?
All brick pavers, 2 fireplaces, a hot tub. I did it for my mother.
Is your mother still alive?
No, she passed away.
Do you have anything in writing that says your father, Don Pittaway Sr. here, agreed to pay you? Yes or no?
No.
You have anything in writing from your mother saying she agreed to pay you?
Anything I did.
Yes or no?
No.
How are you gonna win this? How much you been paying in rent?
$50 a week, just like he paid. And everything I put into the house, my dad said would be taken off my rent.
Have you been paying your father $50 a week?
Yeah, he just took like $500 on my bank account.
No.
They take more than.
Wait. You have this terrible habit of interrupting me. Is he been paying you $50 a week?
No.
How do families get this angry at one another?
By now, Judge McNally seems to have heard enough.
I'm adjourning this case 1 week. I find this incredibly sad. How many dads you got?
One.
Okay. Stop acting like children.
The case was adjourned, and 3 weeks later, both parties agreed to dismiss the case and figure out a resolution outside of court.
Mr. Dosh, I have to ask, do you violate my orders on purpose to piss me off?
We go to Siren, Wisconsin for a child support hearing. 38-year-old Cole Dosh owes $349 in child support plus late fees. 3 weeks earlier, Dosh, who first fell behind on his child support the previous year, was ordered to make an immediate payment to his ex-wife, 35-year-old Christine Vogt, for the couple's 16-year-old son. Dosh, who also has a 6-year-old daughter from another relationship, failed to make the payment, so was ordered to appear in court. Today, he appears without an attorney before Judge Melissa Mogan to hear if he'll be sent to jail.
Mr. Dosh, I have to ask, do you violate my orders intentionally on purpose to piss me off?
I have the 349 that she's asking for on me today. I am trying to do everything I can. I'm not running. I know guys who don't pay. I want to fully comply. It's baby steps. I can't take big steps. I have the 350 on me today.
You have it in your pocket?
I do.
You just walk right over and you hand that to Miss Vogt right now. What else would you like the court to know or be aware of, Ms. Vogt?
The last visit that went, Cole took the vehicle, and we've been having some issues with the power steering. And now I have to replace the power steering pump because there was no power steering added into it. I got the part. I asked him if he would put it at no cost for him to put it in, and he will not respond at all.
Now, Mr. Dosh, is this something that you can put in for your son?
I could. He bought it. They bought it like that. They bought it with a broken windshield, bought it with the power steering.
Don't
he wanted
care.
to drive it.
Don't care.
Then why does this matter then?
It matters because if I ask you a question, you
I can
answer
do it.
yes
Yeah,
or no.
of course I can do it. If she'd stop sending me harassing, I want to turn my phone off for all the comments I get
Okay,
from
you
her.
want to know what? If you two don't stop it, then I'll send you both to jail for frustrating me, okay? Knock it off. I don't care to hear bicker, 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 excuse, excuse, bicker, and bicker. Stop. Both of you grow up. You made a child. Now look at that child and raise that child. Stop bickering.
Before wrapping things up, Judge Mogan wants to discuss the schedule for future payments.
March 1st, we're gonna begin, and that's where your regular monthly child support payments will start. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna have another hearing. I'm just gonna issue an arrest warrant if you don't. Okay?
That's more money. I've add it all up. I'm trying to do what I can, and I will.
It's not try, it's do. You can't try, you do.
I know I messed up. I'm messing up. I'm trying now. I'm trying to get on a better path.
And I want you to get on that better path.
Yeah.
I don't like throwing parents into jail for not paying child support. I don't like that. I'm glad you're trying. I'm giving you baby steps, but you're taking half of the steps, but at least they're steps.
The judge also ordered Dosh to pay a $130 fee for late payment. 10 days later, he hadn't paid it, nor had he installed the new power steering pump in his son's car. The judge did not issue an arrest warrant, but she did order Dosh to appear for a contempt hearing, where he'll be facing a possible 50 days in jail. The case is pending.